Indian government public service commission. It is nothing but they are recruiting body for central government jobs. So that is why union public service commission. In Tamil Nadu state government post, it is called as TNPSC, Tamil Nadu public service commission. Which degree is best for UPSC? See, there is no such kind of degree which is exactly best for UPSC. You pursue your dream job, you pursue your subject which you like the most. So in third year or second year of your preparation, you can start serious UPSC preparation. So any degree is preferable. I cannot say this degree is best, that degree is worst. So that is no such kind of distinction. All degrees are good, but only thing you have while you are pursuing your UG or PG, you should have a very good understanding on the depth of the subject, which will ultimately useful for your UPSC examination. One second, please. Sanjay, okay, we'll start the session. Is my voice audible? Just yes or no. Is my voice audible? Video no issue. If my voice audible, we can start the session. Yes. Okay, guys. Okay. Okay. We'll start the session. As we reach the number 500, there cannot be more members can be joining this Zoom session. So YouTube link is sent to your group. You can join on YouTube if you need it. Many people discuss that. A live link is sent in your group. You can join, or if your friends can't join this Zoom link, they can join it in YouTube. Okay. Live link is sent in your official group, school group, I think. Okay. First of all, I would like to congratulate everyone for pursuing this career, because most of the time, one second. See, most of the time people won't choose this career because it is, as you know, it is one of the most toughest examination held in India. All over the world, it is one of the top 10 toughest examinations, UPSC civil service examinations. So only few people will aspire for this kind of job. So I would like to congratulate everyone, particularly parents who is wishing to their children to become a part of a civil service. Okay, first of all, congratulations. And second thing, a very common thing, everyone used to confuse with civil service with common government jobs. See, one thing you have to be very clear: government job is random. You can get into a state government job, you can get into a union government job, that is normal. But civil service is a kind of career which administers all other personnel. For example, state government personnel, central government personnel. It is a kind of administrative job. It is not kind of a desk job. So that is the beauty of civil service. See, for us it is an administrative job. Two things are very important for your preparation, which you have to inculcate from your earliest stage of your life. For example, if you are under 18 years or 17 years, most probably, so you inculcate two kind of values in yourself. One is leadership skills. So that is the most important factor. You have to make it clear in your mind, because you will be handling a district. If you become an IAS officer, you will be handling a district where multiple development programs will be held. For example, you have to take care of women empowerment, you have to take care of SC/ST development, you have to take care of child development. The leadership skill is very important. So please try to participate in events which is held in your class or in your school. So the leadership skills are very important. You have to take that responsibility. You have to know how to manage people. You have to know how to be calm in tough situations. So these kind of leadership skill is very important. And second factor which we often insist on the preparation is emotional intelligence. See, most of the time people will talk about IQ. IQ is about intelligent quotient, how you are perceiving a thing, how you can learn a thing fast. So that is intelligent quotient. But the most important factor in civil service as an option is emotional quotient. You have to be very calm. You have to know how to handle a situation. You have to have the values to help people from their miserable situations like poverty, like crimes or such kind of thing. So two things you keep it as a thumb rule you have to inculcate. One is leadership qualities, and second thing is emotional quotient. How you can develop those kind of quality is nothing but you stay connected with people, you stay connected with your society, you stay connected with your parents, you stay connected with your grandparents. They know what are the values to be inculcated. So it is the time period of your life you will be like a clay, you can be more like anything. So you better mold for something good, you better mold for something better by acquiring leadership qualities. And one more thing I want to clarify importantly, the knowledge does not reflect in your UPSC result. If you are getting rank 1 in your class, or if you are getting rank 1 in your school, it does not mean that you can clear UPSC. At the same time, if you are getting last rank in your class, it does not mean that you can't clear UPSC. Both of them have equal chances in UPSC, because UPSC syllabus is designed in such a way that it will be a level playing field for everyone who is pursuing foreign civil service career. I personally know a friend who is an IAS in Kerala right now. He got around 40 marks in max. Out of 100, he got 40 marks in max in a 10th examinations. He is a very average performer in his school examinations, but he got IAS in his second attempt. So it does not mean that your school education directly reflects in UPSC examination, because we have to learn a lot of things to acquire that. The very first thing is leadership quality, second thing is emotional quotient, everything will follow back in that. Okay, so this is the one thing you have to be very clear. And second factor, one second. First of all, what is UPSC? We will be discussing that. What are the services that is possible if you clear this UPSC examination? One second. See, there are two kinds of examination. One is central government examinations, that is Indian government examination, and another one is state government examination. For example, Tamil Nadu have its own set of administrative officers. UPSC is a body that recruits posts for central government examinations. For example, there are 24 services. There are 24 services in UPSC. If you get a rank, you can, based on your rank, you will be allocated among those 24 services. So UPSC is the most prestigious job. We will be discuss what are those 24 jobs. Okay. State government officers are recruited by TNPSC, that is Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission. Okay, so Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission recruits for deputy collector. So that is, they are subordinate to collectors, deputy collectors, DSP, DSP, police level officers. So register in a district. So these kind of posts are recruited by TNPSC. But we are not discussing about TNPSC right now. We are discussing about UPSC. What UPSC do, what are the benefits of UPSC, and what are the characters you need to clear this UPSC examination, and what are the syllabus and everything. Okay, fine. Please stay focused. It is very important. The first, what are the 24 services that is available by clearing UPSC examinations? So this is the list of 24 services. You can clear easily. See, this is the list of 24 services. Kindly read it once. At least go through the first 10 services. These are the 24 services which you can get after clearing this UPSC examination. The first thing is well known. It needs no kind of introduction. Indian Administrative Service. This is the first kind of job. If you get a top rank, you can be allocated. You will be allocated for IAS. Second is IPS, Indian Police Service, Indian Forest Service. See, the first three things, you just learn 24 posts. You just memorize at least 10 topmost posts. So we'll be discussing on that. Each and every service is the topmost service in that particular department or in that particular arena. IAS is the topmost post. IPS, Indian Police Service, Indian Forest Service, IFS. There is another IFS category called as Indian Foreign Service, which I think most probably many people will aspire for this particular fourth service. Indian Foreign Service, Indian Railway Accounts, Indian Railway Personnel, Railway Traffic, Revenue Law, two or three kinds of revenue post, Postal Service, Corporate Law, Defense Service, Defense Estate, ICAS, RPF, ITS. So these are the kind of 24 kind of job you can get by clearing UPSC examinations. Are you clear? Okay. Among that, the most prestigious kind of job is this four jobs, four career options. The first, Indian administrative job, IAS, which is unparalleled, which is the topmost executive post in a district. Indian Police Service, IPS level officers, you can hear about the term SP, Superintendent of Police. It's kind of SP, Indian Police Service, Indian Forest Service. It is the most underrated, but it is the most wonderful job in UPSC. Indian Forest Service, your life will be on protection of environment, protection of wildlife, protection of tribal people residing in that forest. So your job will have such kind of diversity. Please read about Indian Forest Service. What is IFS? What are their role? How they are functioning? For example, if you go to Mudumalai, if you go to Anemalai, if you go to Megamalai Tiger Reserve, if you go to Srivilliputtur, each and every wildlife sanctuary tiger reserves will be managed by an IFS officer. See, one thing you have to be very clear. Every district will have three kind of major officers. One is IAS. You know about collectors. They are IAS rank officers. Second is SP. They will take care of law and order situation in a district. And third is IFS. That is Indian Forest Service. So they will take care of the forest land. They will take care of the revenue. So they will take care of the wildlife, tribal development, and everything regarding environment kind of thing. These are three are the topmost post in a district. Your aim should be you need to go into any three kind of service among these three. Or if you are interested in foreign relations, if you are interested to work in abroad, if you interested to learn new things like foreign culture, foreign political development, you can choose for Indian Foreign Service, India வெளியுறவு பணின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, Indian Foreign Service. So you will be working in foreign nations. You will be the representative of Indian government there. You will be allocated to an embassy. For example, my friend recently got an IFS service. He got allocated to Russia. So he will be working in Russia for next 3 to 5 years as an Indian Foreign Service officer. So you have to learn foreign language. You have to learn foreign culture, their way of politics and everything. So it is also a most wonderful job. So your focus would be you should get into this four kind of service. IAS topmost, IPS, Indian Forest Service if you are really interested in environment, because many people I used to see they are interested in their environment protection. They are interested to their working close with nature. So Indian Forest Service is one kind of job you can work closely with nature. And fourth is Indian Forest Foreign Service. It is a complete different kind of job, most prestigious, most privileged job. You can try this four. You can learn about this four service. There are multiple videos available in YouTube. You just search like Indian Forest Service, what are their functioning. There are multiple videos. There are even government videos. So you can look into those aspects, how they are functioning, what are their roles and responsibilities. Okay, so this is the kind of 24 services that you will be aspiring for in next upcoming years. Okay, so this is the basic intro. So next factor, if you need, you can take screenshot or you can just Google it. Actually, what are the 24 services? You can get these kind of pages. Okay. So second factor, 1 second. Next factor, we will be seeing what are the functions of civil services. What you will be doing for your life if you become a part of Indian government as a civil service officer. So we'll be discussing that. See, a very basic thing which will be discussed in polity and everything. See, there are three organs of a government. There are three pillars of a government. Every government functions in these three pillars. You just inculcate. Okay, so the first important organ of a government of a nation is legislature. Legislature, which we call it as parliament or which we call it as state legislature. Tamil பாராளுமன்றம் or சட்டமன்றம்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So legislature is the kind of law making. They will make law for the proper functioning of a nation. So this is the one kind of thing which we call it as the members of legislature. We call it as MLA or MPs. You will come across this term in near future. MLAs or MPs, legislature wing. The second organ of government is executives or தமிழ்ல சொல்லணும்னா அரசாங்கம், executives. So this is the kind of portion that you are aspiring for. You are going to be a part of executives. Okay, the third important organ is judiciary. You know about Supreme Court, you know about High Court. So they are known for reviewing the decisions, actions of legislature and executive. You just know basic term, you will be covered in polity and other subjects. So legislature, executive and judiciary. Okay, so three organs, three pillars of a government or democracy. Executive, there are two kind of executives. One is permanent executives, and another one is temporary executives. They will be part of government for a temporary period. For example, if you come across prime minister, chief minister plus ministers, அமைச்சர்கள், they will be part of temporary executives which they will be in office for 5 years. So they have to be re-elected in next election. They will be in office for 5 years. But this is the option that you're aspiring for, that is permanent executives. Once you enter into the service, you will be attached to the Indian government for the next 30 to 40 years of your lifetime. You will be retiring at the age of 58 or you will be retiring at the age of 60. So the one thing you have to be very clear, you are the part of executives and you are the permanent executive. You have no 5-year term like prime minister or chief minister or other ministers. You are having a permanent security of tenure. So you will be working for 58 years or 60 years as per Tamil Nadu government rules. Okay, so you are part of permanent executive, a kind of organ of a government. Okay, so we're clear. So this is the kind of job that we are aspiring for. So the first function of executives, they are permanent executive. They will be part and parcel of government. Okay, the first factor. Second factor, what are you going to do is to implement laws. I will give you such examples. Who are the officers which change the face of people, who took many people away from poverty, clutches of poverty? So they will implement laws made by the legislature. For example, 2004 there is a major disaster in India called tsunami. Correct? So 2004 there was a tsunami. After tsunami, we enacted a law called as Disaster Management Act of 2005. So that act gives clear responsibilities of person how to tackle a disaster. So that is the law that is made by legislature, which is the first organ of government. We have seen legislature, yeah. So the legislature will make laws. So this legislature make laws, but the executives are the people who implement law. So you are going to implement law that is enacted by either state legislature or parliament. So you have to know what are the challenges. You have to know how to tackle those challenges. For example, you can say about we need to tackle corruption, but in real scenario it is difficult. You have to play in the mind of people. You have to make them straight. So that is the most toughest job. So that is why in the first thing I mentioned that the leadership skill is the most important character. Okay, so you are going to implement laws that is made by legislature. Okay, second thing. Third thing, see, you will be posted as sub collector and after that will be posted as a collector or you will be posted as an SP. You will be in the district for around 10 years. Okay, you will be around district for 10 years. After that, you will be posted in a secretariat, that is secretariat. You will be working on policy formulations. See, you are the person who is going to decide what are the kind of policies that we have to make to increase the welfare of people, to make the life of people more pleasant than miserable. So you are going at the later stage of life. For example, if you become assistant secretary or secretary, you will be sitting in an office called secretariat. You will be working with people for policy development. For example, I will show you some photos. I will show you some examples or 4 IAS officers who changed the life of people. So it is the kind of real story, like not like a story you are watching it in cinemas. It is a kind of real story how people are involving in making people develop. The fourth, the final most is welfare and the development of people. That is the final aim, right? That is the need for civil services. India is the country of nearly 136 crore people. We are the second most populated country in the world after China. But we are going to be the next most populated country in 2030. Approximately, we are going to be the most populated country. But still now, around 30 to 35 crore people are under poverty line. They can't get good education, they can't get good health and good living standards. Around 35 crores, and nearly one fourth or one third of Indian population is under poverty. So your ultimate aim is to make the people have some food or make them people have some shelter. So that is the real aim of IAS or IPS. You have that power to make it happen. See, one thing I will make it very clear. So this job is not only about financial motive. If you need financial motive, there are multiple other jobs which pay hefty salary. But this job is about the responsibility that you're going to make. The responsibility that you have on people surrounding you. Fine. Welfare and development schemes. I will give you some examples of few officers how they developed the living condition of their people where they are currently serving or served. I will show you some photos. So make it very clear, this examination is not about financial motive. This examination is about responsibility and making people happy. That should be our ultimate aim. That will be the ultimate aim. Okay. 1 second, I will show that. See, this is she is called as she is Aruna Sundararajan, sorry. She is an Kerala IAS officer. She is known for two things. Actually, I given you the hint. E-governance. She is known for e-governance, which changed the life of multiple people. And the second thing, you please learn about this program, Kudumba Sri program. Kudumba Sri program is a kind of self-government groups, SHGs, self-help groups, sorry. SHG, self-help groups, it is a woman self-help groups. For example, Tamil நீங்க மகளிர் சுய உதவி குழுன்னு கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க. The same kind of self-help groups. So she is the torch bearer, she is the her brainchild is Kudumba Sri program, which till now changing the life of women in Kerala, which is a case study for multiple governance examples. So she is Aruna Sundararajan, an IAS officer in Kerala. See, she was a part of Kudumba Sri program, but till now it is making an impact on people living there. Kudumba Sri program, it is a very good program in Kerala. You can learn that. And also similarly in Tamil Nadu, Ulavar Sandai concept. Ulavar Sandai is the best concept for linking directly farmers and consumers. So there is no intermediaries. So farmers will reap their benefits, and also consumers can get the uh, item in a very low price. So Ulavar Sandai is the best concept in India, in Tamil Nadu actually, for farmers development, which is a brainchild of an IAS officer. Okay, so the second example is Vinod Rai. See, the best advantage of being an civil service officer is the job diversity. See, it is not like a desk job or 10 to 5 office job. It is, you will have a diversity of jobs. For example, see him actually. Vinod Rai was an IAS officer. After his retirement, he was elected as CAG. CAG is nothing but Comptroller and Auditor General, which is the topmost auditor of state government and central government accounts. So he was the part of 11th CAG. Many people, the parents who are watching this video, you know about 2G scam. 1,76,000 crores lost to Indian government due to spectrum allocations. So under his tenure, the 2G scam was exposed. So that is the kind of exposure that you will work as in government service. You will have a lead role. The third, he acted as a BCCA, interim president for BCCA for few years. So you can clearly see the diversity of job. But one is IAS officer, at another end is auditor. Third is BCCA. It is related with cricket governance. And the fourth, he is actually after that he served as an UN, United Nations, international organization, as a part of an external auditor group. So this is just a tip of the iceberg. This kind of diversity of job is not possible in any office job. You will be working in a certain project or certain domain for around 10 to 15 years. But IAS officers, for example, health secretary Radhakrishnan was posted as in another department. So you will have that exposure in multiple departments, multiple people, and multiple welfare programs. So Vinod Roy is a classical example how diverse your job will be. So this is the most important factor why many people, for example, many MBBS doctors are preparing for UPSC just for this diversity of job, which is not possible in any other desk job as far as I know. Fourth, Umakant Umrao. So he is a Madhya Pradesh post IAS officer. He is known for water management actually. Devas in Madhya Pradesh, DEWS. Devas in Madhya Pradesh is a water scarce region, a part of interior India, which there will be no major rainfall during monsoon. But due to his efforts, 16,000 ponds, just imagine, not one pond or two ponds, 16,000 ponds was created in that village, in that particular area, which transformed the face of Devas from water scarce region to water rich region. Farmers are reaping their benefits till now. He is not in that service right now in that particular district, but people are reaping benefits because of that one man who have a vision like that actually. Okay, Umakant Umrao, this is another example. And fourth is Ashok Pame. He is well-known person who is called as Miracle Man of India. He is called as Miracle Man. What did he do? Did actually see Manipur? You know, in India, this is India. Northeast India is not well connected with India. Actually, this is Northeast India, not well connected with the other part of India. So they have mountainous terrain, they have difficult topography. So this Manipur, with this effort, 100 kilometers, not for 1 or 10 kilometers, 100 kilometers road was laid in Manipur, connecting with other places. So that is the first time people residing in that particular area have the connectivity with the outside world. This one, he made that possible in the age of 28. So imagine, in 28 years, he made the change in thousands of people residing in that particular area in Manipur by connecting 100 kilometers. But the very important thing you have to know, that 100-kilometer road is not by government effort at initial stage. He crowdsourced that fund from Facebook. Most of you are connected with Facebook or Insta or WhatsApp and everything, social medias. By Facebook, he crowdsourced that fund. He collected the fund for the 100 kilometers road. He made that possible, which makes the difference. So you know about the values, you know about the depth of technology. You can use those kind of technology for making this happen. You learn about, please learn about Ashok Pame. And there are multiple examples. You can refer Sagayam. You can refer Atulya Mishra. You can refer multiple persons who is currently serving, who are making the difference with the life of people. So this job is about diversity and everything. I will show you other some examples. Okay, so now we will come into the what are the benefits of being in civil service. That is the most important thing that you will be worth that you will be waiting for a long period of time. What are the benefits that you can reap from being a part of civil services? Okay, the first thing, a reasonable salary. Many people will ask about salary, particularly in doubts. Many people ask. There will be a reasonable salary. I won't say it is a very high paid job in the India. You will get a reasonable salary because as per 7th pay commission, this kind of all India service officers were having a good amount of salary. Plus, also other perks will be available. For example, you will be provided a bungalow. If you are locating in a city, you will provided a bungalow, or the government will have some allowances for your rent. So you will be provided with the bungalow, you will be provided with the car, you will be provided with servants, you will be provided with your security guards, and your phone calls and internet charge will be taken care of government. So this is about personal thing. You will get a salary. For example, an IAS officer can get a salary of around 1.80,000 to 1.2 lakh. So based on the location of their working. So okay, so you will be get around 1,80,000 to 1 lakh kind of salary as per 7th pay commission. But while you coming into the service after 5 or 8 years, so the pay will be revised by further pay commissions. So we'll get a good amount of salary, a decent amount of salary. Plus your children's education will be taken care by government. You have Kendriya Vidyalayas, you have many governments, many private and government schools, particularly KV schools are best, particularly regarding government kind of schools. So you can get into such kind of reputed institutions. Okay, so this is kind of a good amount of salary will be available. Second thing, the most important thing, you will have job satisfaction. I don't know whether you can comprehend this, particularly at this point of age, because you are not into office kind of jobs. Various MR, please don't use abusive languages. Please don't link anyone or something. See, this is the kind of thing you have to know. You have responsibility. Other people are watching. Various MR, please don't use such kind of words. Okay, so job satisfaction. So job satisfaction is very important. For example, as I already mentioned, the diversity of job will be very high. Yeah, it will get a toll in your life. You will be working for around the clock 24 hours and everything, but it will be worth living. The third factor, a job satisfaction and the diversity of job, and finally, job security. This is why many people are aspiring for civil services. The security that is this government job is providing is unparalleled. So you will unless and until you don't do any kind of blender or you self resignation, you give self, they cannot remove you from your post. Government needs such kind of good officers. The job security is really high in the service. And finally, a very important thing you have to know, the other perks. For example, if you become an IAS officer on all the service, you can do a postgraduate degree in foreign university. Government will fund your education. After 6 or 9 years in your service, if you are in 9 years, if you say 9 years in your service, you can apply for postgraduate degree in foreign universities like Oxford, MIT, or Harvard. Government will fund for 2 years. But you have to work for government for next 3 years, but government will take care of your education. And after 5 year period, you can again apply for any graduation in foreign universities. So this kind of perks is really wonderful for people who are aiming for learning something new. So this is an important perk for being an IAS officer. You can study with the government funding. And finally, a very important thing, after 60 years, what you are going to do after 60 years? This is the most important question many people will ask for preparing for civil services. So prepare working in other areas. What are you going to do after 60? Many people don't know the answer. What I am going to do after 60 age? But it is not the case for civil services officers. You will be posting in multiple government commissions. You will be get posted, as I said about Vinod Rai. You will be get posted in other areas. You will be a representative of government, and also you can work with private organizations also. Private organizations need that expertise from an IAS officer, IRS officer, or regarding security from an IPS officer. You can work with you can work with private companies also if the hefty salary. You can't imagine that salary. It is a kind of hefty salary after you are getting posted in a private, getting up placed in a private company as an advisor, as in an executive boards or something. Okay, so these are some of the advantages. One is your salary and your family needs will be satisfied by the government. Government will take care of you, government will take care of your family. Second thing, the job satisfaction, that is unparalleled. You have such kind of diversity job, you won't get bored actually. You will be learning new things daily basis. You will be learning new things from people around you, from the issues, from the government actions and everything. Third, job security, that is not in the case with private companies. The job security that you have in a service is unparalleled. And fourth is other perks and allowances that you can get by being a part of a civil service. And fifth, the final important thing, after the post retirement age can be wonderful. This is very early because you will be in the 16 to 17 age. I'm talking about after 58 or 60 age, but this is a long term plan. After 60 years, you will have a wonderful life. You will have a meaningful life. You will be contributing towards the end of your life. Okay, so these are some of the advantages of being in civil services. Okay, so next, okay, very important thing. Many people will used to ask me about what are the advantages of preparing from an earlier stage. If you prepare, for example, if you are preparing for IAS or IPS from your school level or from your college level, and what are the advantages? One thing, a very important thing, if you need to prepare for UPSC, you need to attain 21 years. That is, at least you should have a degree to write this UPSC examination. So it will be around 21 years you can start writing for this UPSC examination. If you clear the examination in your very first attempt, that is one thing you have to know. For example, if you are from general category, you can write 6 attempts. You can write this examinations for 6 times or until the age of 32. Okay, so if you are general category, you can write this examination for 6 times. If you are from OBC, that is backward class, MBC, BCM, if you are in this backward class category, you can write for 9 attempts. You can write till your age of 9 or till your age of 35. So either one you have, if you satisfied, you cannot write further. So 9 attempts you can have write for you OBC exam. OBC Tamil Nadu, it is BC, MBC, BC Muslim. So those kind of categories can write 9 times in 9 attempts of an UPSC examination. And for SC ST candidate, there is no maximum attempt. You can write maximum attempt, but till the age of 37. Okay, sorry, 35. So you don't have it. If you start from 21, you can write till your age of 35. You don't have such kind of upper limit of attempts like BC and general. So this is the kind, a basic overall you have to know, particularly the parents who is watching this video. Okay. But the very important thing, even if you have 6 attempt or 9 attempt, you need to clear this attempt in maximum 2 or 3rd attempt to be in a topmost government service. For example, if you need to reach secretary level post or chief secretary level post, you have to get into the service in a very early age, because in a certain period you will get a promotion. If you into the government service in a very early age, you can get the topmost post like cabinet secretary. This is the topmost political like administrative post, or you can get into chief secretary post or a secretary of a department. So a very important thing is that you have to get into early in this preparation. That will be best for your promotion and other allowances and other hierarchy level. So if you clear this attempt in first attempt, for say if you clear this examination within 23rd or 24 years, within 23 or 24 years, you can reach chief secretary level post in state government. Chief secretary, for example, in Tamil Nadu government, Irayan by AS is the chief secretary of Tamil Nadu government. Chief secretary is the post which controls all administrative posts in a state. For example, IAS officers, IPS officers, Indian Forest Service officers are under the control of chief secretary in that particular state. Or it is also possible you can even attain cabinet secretary post. If you attain this post, that will be worth mentioning actually. The cabinet secretary is the topmost executive post that you can attain in India. Under cabinet secretary, all India service officers like IAS, IPS and IFS come under cabinet secretary. Cabinet secretary is the person who manages cabinet meeting and cabinet decisions. For example, prime minister, home minister, finance minister, and every person cabinet meeting. Cabinet secretary will take care of cabinet secretary and its implementation, cabinet decisions and its implementation. So if you go into the service at a very early age, you can attend chief secretary, or if possible, if everything work in your way, you can attend even cabinet secretary, which is the top most post anyone can aim for in India. I will show you the cabinet secretary of India and chief secretary of Tamil Nadu for the persons who is studying. Maybe you can get some motivation or such kind of thing. See, this is the hierarchy in a service actually. This is the hierarchy. You will be start with deputy secretary at some point of time of his job, and after that will be posted as joint director, director, joint secretary, additional secretary, secretary, and finally cabinet secretary. So this is the topmost post. If you go into the early stage of your preparation, you can attain this post of cabinet secretary if you are with central government post deputation. Or if you are working with state government, you will start with ADM, district magistrate, that is collector, divisional commissioner, principal secretary, and finally chief secretary. This is the topmost post in a state government actually. So this is the hierarchy, a major official administrative level hierarchy of a post. Right side it is state government, left side it is central government. So if you go into early, you can attend cabinet secretary or you can attend chief secretary. That is the perk of going into early in this preparation. He is the cabinet secretary of India, the person who is along with home minister, Rajiv Gauba. He got into the IAS at the age of 23. That is in his first attempt. He got into the service. So there is possibility you can attain this post at the age of, while you are retiring, you will be retiring as a cabinet secretary of India. He is the cabinet secretary, Rajiv Gauba. He is from, he is the well-known person, Iran by AS, who is the chief secretary of Tamil Nadu state. Okay, so he got into the IAS service at the age of 24. So your aim should be at least in the age of 23 or 24, you should get into the service. But one thing you have to remember, if there are 900 posts in every year, for example, UPSC is calling for 900 posts, you will be allocated your rank based on your mark. For example, if you are rank 1, rank 900 guy, there will be a person with 900 rank. The top most 100 to 150 ranks used to get IAS, Indian Administrative Service. So among that 900 or 1000 posts, you have to get topmost rank to get into Indian Administrative Service. Or you will be allocated, you can get IPS. If you get next to 150 or 200 rank, you can get IPS. Or if you don't get IAS or IPS, you can get further other positions like IRS, IPOS, ICAS, IDAS. So such kind of job. So your aim should be, you have to be aiming for the topmost 100 to 150 jobs that you are to become an IAS officer. So you can get your home cadre if you get very good rank. For example, you can be posted in Tamil Nadu if you get a very good rank among those 150. So it is a toughest examination, I know, but it will be worth if you are preparing diligently actually. So you have to, your aim should be, thumb rule should be, you have to get into the service at the age of 23 or 24. You get into the topmost service, because once you get into the service, after that you will feel that if may get into the service very early, I may be posted as in topmost level rather than subordinate post at the age of retirement. So okay, so 23 to 24 age would be your target to reach IAS or IPS. So this is NSA, National Security Advisor, who is called as James Bond of India colloquially. So Ajit Doval sir, who is called as Indian James Bond. He is the National Security Advisor of India. He is an ex-IPS officer. So he worked in RA, he worked in Pakistan and other underworld operations. Who is now the topmost security post in India, National Security Advisor. He is an ex-IPS officer. So you can imagine this diversity, which is not normal with some other jobs. You have that such kind of influence in topmost positions. Okay, so there are multiple persons we can say, we can give some examples, but it will be a very long session. We will be discussing while you are attending classes. There will be examples how the difference you can make in your examinations. And finally, what is the pattern of UPSC examination that you are very many people are wishing. What is the pattern? What are the syllabus of UPSC examinations? Okay, I will give you an overall syllabus. Detailed syllabus will be available in YouTube, or detailed syllabus you can search it in your internet actually. See, first thing, there are 3 stages of examinations. Kindly note it down. There are 3 stages of examinations for UPSC. The first stage, it is prelims, preliminary stage. Preliminary stage is the first level of examination. Nearly 8 lakh people every year aim for this preliminary examinations. 8 lakh people. Among that 8 lakh, around approximately 10,000 will clear this prelim stage examination based on the vacancies. So preliminary is the first stage of preparation. After you clear preliminary examination, there will be mains examination. One thing, preliminary examination will be an objective type, that is ABCD. You have to choose one option. It will be like an objective type. But mains examination, you will be writing 9 papers. 9 papers are descriptive, that you have to write it down. Not as an objective type, you have to write it as an essay, or you have to write it as a short answer. Mains, 9 papers will be in mains. So 2 paper will be an optional paper. You have to choose that paper. You have to choose which subject suits you, or which subject fascinates you actually. For example, my subject is geography in UPSC preparation. 2 papers you have to write in optional, that the questions will be in very depth, that is in master's level, postgraduate level. Okay, you can choose any option. For example, many people ask me that question whether I can choose agriculture. You can definitely choose agriculture as your UG or PG degree, because agriculture is one of the subject option for optional subject. So while you're preparing for UG degree, you can prepare parallelly for UPSC examinations. So agriculture is a very good optional, very good degree you can pursue. Okay, second thing, there are public administration optional, there are history optional, even there is a Tamil literature, English literature, law optional, medicine optional. So you can take any degree. For example, even there is a paper about mechanical engineering. If you choose engineering, if you choose maybe mechanical engineering, the same paper is there in optional papers. So please kindly note it down. Just Google what are the optional papers in UPSC. You will get a list of optional papers. You can choose your optional, but this is very early. You don't have that in mind in this particular stage. You learn new things. After some point of time in your college time, you can decide which optional to take. You don't need to stress your mind for choosing optional at this particular stage. It is very early. You can choose it in your college time, not in school time. Okay, so 2 papers. 4 papers will be general studies. I will say what is general studies. I will say the syllabus. And 1 paper, you have to write an essay. You have to write 2 essays on a particular topic. So this is around 7 papers. 7 papers gives you mark for UPSC. There are further 2 papers that you need to just clear. That is more than enough. 2 papers. What are the 2 papers means? One, you have to write English. English will be basically about the reading comprehension, or precise writing that you will be studying in school level. So normal English level paper, you have to just pass that paper. That is more than enough. You don't have to take good marks. It's just you pass that paper with minimum 90 marks. That will be more than enough. So you can easily clear this paper. But the very important thing I want to mention, particularly for you students, you have to write a paper on the regional paper. For example, if your mother tongue is Tamil, you can take Tamil. If it is Telugu, Telugu, Kannadam, Kannadam, Malayalam, Hindi, anything, you should take one Indian language. You have to clear that particular exam with 90 marks out of 300. So many people used to fail in that particular paper, language paper. They don't know Tamil actually. They don't know their mother tongue. They don't know how to write or how to comprehend that passage. So my suggestion, if you are taking French or anything in your school level or something, You learn your mother tongue, that will be useful in your examinations while you are writing. Nearly 15% of candidates who is writing mains are failing in Tamil paper. They don't know how to write, they don't know how to comprehend that actually. So if you read a newspaper, you at least learn one English paper and Tamil paper. Okay, a Tamil newspaper. So that is most important. See, this particular regarding mains, we will be discussing in further classes. And finally, the third stage is interview stage. You will be going for interview in Delhi in UPSC Bhavan. So they will take interview, and finally result will be published based on the marks of mains plus interview. It will be around 2225 marks. 1700 something will be from mains, 225 to 75 something from interview. So around 2000 marks, both mains and interview mark, you will be posted as, you will be get into a selection based on your mains performance. See, interview just around nearly around 275 marks, but mains is the important factor. This mains 9 papers. Okay, so this is the important thing you have to remember. This is the basic structure of UPSC: prelims, mains, and interview. So okay, then what is the subjects that we have to learn for UPSC? Just note it down. You have to study history. History is an important part of UPSC examinations. While you are studying history in your school, you study it in depth actually. History is the most important factor. Many people won't study after 10th, so they used to forget history. So the history, there are three kinds of history: ancient history, medieval history, and modern India. So there are three major types. History is an important History is an important subject in UPSC examination. Second, it is polity. See, there is a portion called civics in your social paper, correct? Civics portion. Civics is nothing but polity. Okay, so third thing is civics. Fourth factor, third subject is geography. Fourth, economics. Fifth, science and tech. I'm not mentioning about science. Science and tech. What are the advancements that is made in science? So fifth subject, history, polity, geography, economics, science and tech. And sixth, very important, environment. You will be studying environment science, right? EVS. So environment is an important subject. Nearly 20% of question every year from prelims is from environment. So this is the 6 major subjects you have to prepare for UPSC. For GS, there is no weightage for max in GS paper 1. சஞ்சய் வீராஸ் விஷன் 2 பேர் இருக்காங்க, அவரை ரிமூவ் பண்ணிடுங்க 2 பேரு. விஷன் 2 பேர் இருக்காங்க, அவங்களை ரிமூவ் பண்ணிடுங்க. See, I don't know, guys, is it real actually? You are fighting in this chat group actually. We are discussing something about a very important factor. You are fighting among yourself, Vishin and Siddharth. Something. Please, guys. So history, polity, geography, economics, environment, science and tech, these are the important subjects you have to learn for your paper 1. Okay. So for your paper 2, that is just an eligibility paper. Eligibility paper, you will have max, not about max, proper max like trigonometry or algebra or such kind of things. It is about quantitative aptitude. For example, the train sum, for example, the area, volumes, or such kind of apps, quantitative ability kind of questions. So that will be your max portion. And the second, you will have English comprehension. So this is the third thing. You can clear this exam. For example, out of 200 marks, if you get around 66.66 marks, you can clear this examination. This is not calculated. They won't calculate paper 2 marks in your final prelims result. They will calculate paper 1 which have around 6 subjects. So max, if you know a basic formulas about max, you can clear this examination. So max is not a very important factor. Okay, for UPSC examinations. This is like a boon for category who struggle with max. Particularly, I am very weak in max in my school level, but I cleared this examination multiple times. So max is not a deciding factor in UPSC, but the social science that we are neglecting in our school is the deciding factor. History, geography, civics, science and tech, economics, environment. So these are the factors. For mains, this 6 subject will be with GS. Here we have seen around 4 papers, right? In GS, the 4 papers will have these 6 subjects. So the same subject you will be studying for prelims, with the same subject you will be studying for mains. Easy, right? You don't have to study something different for prelims and mains. The same subject will be reflected for mains. But for prelims, it is objective type. Mains, it is descriptive type. Okay. My 11th group is computer science. I took computer science group. You can take computer science group in your 11th. You can take biomax. You can take commerce, or you can take any pure science optional. Anything, it does not matter. You can prepare with any kind of degree. I personally prefer you choose a group or a degree based on your understanding or based on your fascination about that subject. You don't keep UPSC in mind. You will definitely clear UPSC if you have a proper preparation with any degree. So you don't keep it in mind. You can take any group of your choice. You can take any degree of your choice. Okay. So what was your mark? It doesn't matter actually. UPSC after 12th, yeah, really possible. Okay. Portions regarding a difference in portion between prelims and mains will be talk in further. It is just an orientation session, so we are not going into the depth of that topic. Okay, so fine. So finally, most important thing, what you have to do now. What now? This is the most important thing. First thing I will say, focus on NCERTs. NCERT is nothing but CBSE books. Correct? So focus on your CBSE books that are the basic. Even we prefer to even the person who is preparing at the age of 30, we used to ask them first learn NCERT, then you can go for reference books. So your preference would be you should be very thorough in NCERT subjects, particularly in the 6 subject: history, polity, geography, economics, environment, science and tech. So NCERT books, CBSE books from 6th standard to 12th standard. NCERTs. This is the base. My suggestion would be till 12th standard, you focus on your NCERT, you be thorough with your NCERT, which will act as your base for your preparation. Okay, we will be teaching something in advanced stage. We last time we have discussed something, we can't complete. We will be discussing something in advance this year. Okay, so second, focus on newspaper reading. The one thing, if you need to take away from this particular session, you take this. The advice to read newspapers, that is very, very important, because recently for the past 2 years, 2020 and 2021, UPSC asked most of its questions from newspapers. Directly they asked the question from newspapers. So okay, then what is the newspaper that I have to read in this particular? You can read the Hindu. Our suggestion, you can read Hindu newspaper, English. That is the best, because it will not have any political news majorly. It will have some governance news. It will have a direct syllabus linkage with subjects. So okay, the Hindu, better you learn English Hindu. So if you can't understand English very much, you can learn Tamil. But my suggestion would be you go with English, because this is their budding stage. You can learn a language very easily. Your mind will be very fresh. So you please read the Hindu, or if in your house that they are buying something Times of India or Indian Express, or something. Any newspaper is okay. We are not promoting a particular newspaper. Hindu is best, but other newspapers also have a same effect. You should have a newspaper reading daily, 2 hours or 1.5 hours. You will need to see after direct 12th. You can't prepare for UPSC. You should need a degree, Sundaram. You should have some degree to appear for UPSC. You can't write UPSC examination directly from 12th. You should have a degree, a graduation, and any 3 year or 4 year graduation. So Hindu newspaper is important, and at least you read some Tamil newspaper, at least in college time, because you will have a connect with Tamil or regional language in school time. But after college, you will lose that connect because there will be no Tamil subject. So you learn Tamil newspaper at your college times, but you learn Hindu English, the Hindu newspaper or Indian Express or any newspapers, particularly in English. Okay, criminology good for IPS. Yeah, you can choose criminology if you have some fascination about that subject. Why do you prefer Hindu newspaper? See, I'm not preferring Hindu as a newspaper. I am reading Hindu newspaper. Many people used to read Hindu newspaper because the depth of news is really high in Hindu. But you can learn Indian Express or any other newspapers. And the 24 service workers have equal salary. No, the first three IAS, IPS, forest service will have a certain kind of salary. Other services will have a different salary. Okay, so there will be salary differences. So this is about UPSC exam pattern. This is about the thing you have to go for preparing right now. NCERT reading and newspaper reading. The most important factor, you start to read newspapers. You will be find it difficult. I know it is difficult to read editorial page, or if it is difficult to read full newspapers. My suggestion would be you just start reading. Over a period of time to 3 months or 4 months, you will get you get acquainted to that newspaper actually. So you start newspaper reading. Many people who are failing this particular examination, they don't have that habit of reading newspapers. But newspaper is the most important factor. Okay, so this is about a preparation. This is the general orientation. You will have multiple doubts. Those subject kind of doubts will be clarified with your subject faculties. I will be handling geography. We will clarify subject geography doubts. Commerce good for IPS. See, it is not about IPS or IAS. You are writing an examination. If you choose IPS, you can get any degree: commerce, agriculture, MBBS. Even engineering, any degree is best for UPSC. There is no such kind of distinction. Okay, so in papers you have to read about particularly editorial. Editorial is the difficult part because it will be like an essay. But if you find it difficult, at least you ask your parents what is the meaning. Or if you don't really comprehend the meaning of editorial, there is a YouTube channel of Shankar IAS. They will every day they will post a news, crisp news about the daily news. You can watch that video for 30 to 40 minutes. You will get an idea what are the news that you have to read. You can start watching that video, newspaper reading, newspaper video. There will be separate class for newspaper reading in your class also. You can learn that actually. Okay, so biomath good for agriculture. Yeah, you can do anything, guys. You, see, as a brother, I am suggesting you can learn any degree, but choose a degree based on your willingness, or based on your desire towards a subject. You don't take a subject for merely for clearing UPSC. You take a subject, a degree based on your love towards that particular subject. Okay, because I crossed the stage before 10 years. The same decision that I made is impacting my life till now in a positive way. So you choose a degree which you likes the most. Okay, okay, fine. We will end up the session once again. Before ending the session, we will be say how Shankar IAS is going to make. See, the one thing you have to take this for every weekend you will be having classes. Correct? My suggestion would be after a particular subject is covered in that particular day, next 1 week you will have free time. You can read that particular subject from your school books or CBSE books. Okay, so at some time you will be you are also preparing for your school examination. Same subject will be for your school also. You will be preparing for UPSC also. So it will be like a double benefits. Or if, for example, if this week geography is covered, you learn 5 days for geography in NCERTs. So that is the kind of approach you have to need. You have to follow in this examination. Okay, Rahul Khanna, that is the YouTube link. You can learn that actually. My suggestion would be, the only line I used to say for my students is that, see, if you are really aiming for something bigger, this journey will be wonderful. This journey will be eventful. You you should have that desire to help people. You have to have the desire to influence people or make the life standards of people is changing for positive, in a positive way. This journey will be worth moving, worth evenful. You can definitely clear. Okay, so and finally with this quote with my favorite person, Gandhi. This is the quote of Gandhi, which will be very relevant in your examination. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. You can change many things. You can make people happy. You can make people smile. You can make people your own life even full. Can I appear for UPSC by studying college? No, you have to have a degree to appear for UPSC. Okay. Mechanical engineering for UPSC, yes, you can choose any option as I already mentioned. Okay, so this is about everything. We will be having a proper subject, geography and every subject. It will be started in 1 week or 2 week, most of probably. We'll have some discussion in depth in further classes. So if you have any doubts, you can raise your hands or you can put it in chat box. If you go to UPSC after the NEET, yes, you can definitely go for UPSC after your degree, after you're getting into any examinations. If you go into IIT, you can, many people are clearing this examination after IIT and IIM examination. So it is no such kind of differences. See, I am from a very humble background. I am from a very normal college. Still now, I crossed this examination to a major extent till interview stage and many things. So you can clear this examination from any background, even from AIMS, IIT, IIMs, or normal engineering college or Anna University. There is no such kind of difference. Okay, so we can go CBA. No, CBA is not related with UPSC. It's a different job. Which is best, UPSC or TNPSC? See, while you are appearing for TNPSC, you will work for Tamil Nadu government for your whole life. If you appear for UPSC, you may get a chance to work in other state also. So that is the factor. But the function of the person who is working in with clear UPSC examination is really high compared to the TNPSC stage, because they are the subordinate post, but UPSC is the kind of higher post that you can get actually. So UPSC is the best thing compared to TNPSC. Okay, so any other doubts? Some of you raised your hands. We will clear with the doubt clearing session, or we will end up the class. So Sujit, you can speak. Sujit, yes. Yeah, Sundaram, yes, UPSC rocks. You
Sir,
can go to UPSC after NEET actually. Yes.
one doubt, sir.
1 second, Paul. Is general biology, chemistry, and biotechnology? It may be useful in a minor way. Yes, Sujit, yes.
இப்போ நம்ம போலீஸா இருக்கோம் சார்,
You can
அதுக்கப்புறமா
speak, Sujit.
நம்ம வேணா இப்போ நம்ம போலீஸா இருந்தா அதுக்கப்புறம் வேணா நம்ம
என்னப்பா கேட்கல
யூபிஎஸ்சி
எனக்கு.
எக்ஸாம் ட்ரை இப்போ நம்ம போலீஸா இருக்கோம் சார்.
நீங்க போலீஸ் ஆயிட்டு யூபிஎஸ்சி எக்ஸாம் எழுதலாமா?
எழுதுறா போறேன் சார். எழுத முடியுமா?
போலீஸ் ஆயிட்டு தாராளமா எழுதலாம். அதெல்லாம் எந்த ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ஷன்ஸும் இல்ல. நிறைய பேர் இன்ஸ்பெக்டரா இருந்துட்டு எக்ஸாம்ஸ் எழுதுறாங்க. நீங்க எந்த போஸ்ட்ல இருந்தாலுமே எக்ஸாம்ஸ் எழுதிட்டே இருக்கலாம். அதெல்லாம் ஒரு பிரச்சனையும் இல்ல. ஓகே. எஸ் சுஜித், எஸ், தேங்க்யூ. அடுத்து செரீஷ், நீங்க பேசலாம். செரீஷ், யூ கேன் ஸ்பீக். செரீஷ்.
Good evening, sir.
தேங்க்யூ கைஸ், தேங்க்யூ. யா சொல்லுங்க.